Hey everyone, welcome to day 3 of Upskilling myself. And today I solved 4 DSA questions. One was easy and 3 were medium. So let's dive into it. So the first question was valid palindrome. So it's a basic easy level question. What we do over here is first of all, we set 2 pointers, one at the start and one at the end. And then we remove the white spaces like from the start as well and from the end as well. If there is a space or there is any symbol, then we increment the start, and if not, same for the end, and for the end we decrement it, right? Okay. And once we get 2 characters, we convert it to low, and then we check whether they are equal or not. If they are not equal, then we return false. And after all of the loops, if we don't find any characters that are not equal to each other, then we return true. For this, for checking to low and is a character, we have created these 2 functions over here. You can go through it. These are pretty basic. Then this was the second problem, container with most photo. So we were given an integer array, and there were vertical lines drawn such that the 2 endpoints of the line are these 2 pointers over here. So what we do over here is we assign 2 pointers, one at the start and one at the end. Then we check for the area, we calculate the current volume, and we have initialized the max volume as 0. So we check whether the current volume is greater or the max volume is greater, and whichever is greater one, we set it as the max volume. So the formula is that we compare this to a height. Whichever height is the minimum one, we multiply it with the distance, that is end minus start, and then we compare it with the max volume. And if the height of the starter pointer is greater than the height of the end pointer, then we decrement the end pointer, as we don't want to consider this one, and else we increment the start pointer. Pretty easy one. Then this is the spiral matrix. It was a lengthy code, but it's easy, but it's just a little bit tricky. So what we have to do is we have to spirally traverse the matrix and store the output into answer vector. Okay. So first of all, what we are doing is we are initializing the size of the matrix, then the total elements in the matrix, and then we are initializing 4 variables. One is a start row, end row, start column, and end column. These are to note that this is the start row. Then we want to when this row is completed, then we move on to this row, so this will be the start row. So just to keep that in mind, we are creating this over here, and I'll explain for one direction, and then the other directions are easy. So just take example for this direction over here. We are going from left to right. So for this, we are initializing I to start column, as we want to traverse the columns. Then the count should be less than total, and I should be less than the end column. Okay. Then we increment I. Then we as we traverse, we'll push back the column and the element over there, and then we'll increment the count. And after this, when all these variables are stored in our output, we increment the start row, because we don't want to take this row in consideration. Then we have this question over here, which is the rotate image, which is a medium level question, and it is very easy. So what we have to do is, this one is over here, so you want to flip this image over in this manner. We have to rotate the image by 90 degree. So this one comes over here, this 7 comes over here, and this 4 comes over here. So as you can see, so an easy way to do it is, first of all we transpose it, which means that this one will stay here, this diagonals will stay on their place. Then 4 will be swapped with 2, 7 with 3, and 8 with 6, and then we will reverse each row of the array. So we are doing the same over here. We first of all transpose it, we initialize 2 loops, and then I and 0 for the matrix, and then we swap this. So if this is on what is this place, this is on 0 1, so we will swap it with 1 0, which is 4, and then we will reverse the rows of it. So as you can see, int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, and I is incremented. So we have to reverse matrix I, which is the first matrix in this case. So from the begin to end, we will reverse it. So then we get this matrix over here, which is the answer. So for day 3, I did the GitHub basic revision, which stands as a pillar for GitHub actions and the CI/CD practice that I'm going to do tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Then I did my internship work, as well as the revision of all the DSA questions that I solved till now in these 3-4 days. So thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.